advanced strategies. Now these are, it's the same idea, but you do have to do more towns, so it does mean you have to play them quicker and so on. But I do still think these are perfectly manageable. So what are the benefits of going for this over the other strategies that I've gone over? So first of all, with these towns here, you complete even more towns, which means you can be even more selective in when you spend pots. So again, using the example of Mountain Reserve, if you're after that, if you do more towns, you have more chances of this appearing, and you do still have a lot of spare pots. With the 10 town strategy, you have 4,700 spare pots. With the 12 town, you have 3.3 thousand. And with the 13 town, you have 2.7 thousand spare pots. So you still have a lot of spare pots. And these you can use after towns to get, for example, the Mountain Reserve or whichever other reward tier you are after. So that's one, I think probably the main benefit. Another benefit is that you get 50 fragments of the Archdruid upgrade kit. That means you save 50 days of the completion time for the Archdruid, which can be quite nice. So that's another benefit of going for these. Now the downside, well, first of all, you do have fewer spare pots here compared to going for fewer towns here. As shown here, you have more spare pots, so you can buy more chests after each town, but you do still have a decent amount. And of course, this does take more effort to play all of these towns, but it is still perfectly reasonable and relatively easy to do. So for the 10 town strategy, you have 53 hours per town. The 12th town, you have 44 hours. And the 13th town, you have 40 hours per town. And as I've mentioned, you can complete towns in 23 to 27 hours. So you do still have plenty of time to complete them. So if you want to, this is still perfectly achievable. And yeah, not really that difficult if you have the time, of course. And that's a big factor of if you have the time or not. So yeah, that's one of the downsides. It does take some more effort. Now here, how many chests should you buy after each town? Well, with all of these strategies here, you do not need to buy any chests after any town to get grand prize levels. In fact, with the 12 and 13 town strategies, you're actually getting additional, and also the 10 town, you're getting additional levels here beyond what is required to get it to level 9. So you don't need to buy all chests after any town. That means you are free to spend pots as you wish. Again, here you have the number of spare pots after each town, so it is up to you how you allocate those pots. So I would keep track of the pots you have spent, and if you do have spare pots, and if you do have a reward you want in the chests after a town, then you can spend to get that. And so yeah, it's up to you when you want to spend. Now in terms of the managers and upgrade orders and all of that, again, it follows my standard recommendations, either my improved ones or the simple ones. Again, they both require the same managers. You can complete the same number of tasks. But yeah, it's up to you how and which one you go for. It's just a matter of which one is faster. So nothing really to talk about there. You do need some extra tasks from these two here, but that's very few additional tasks, only 2 and 4. So these you could what you could do is you can play town 1 very quickly, only completing a handful of tasks and then going on. That way you get those additional tasks, and that's probably a good way to do it, because then you get 1 more selection for chests. Another alternative is to complete those in a final town at the end, where you just complete a couple of these additional tasks and then don't complete it. Or another alternative, as I mentioned earlier, for each of my strategies, you do have some more tasks you can complete in each town if you have some spare time. So you could do a few extra of those. But yeah, exactly which one you go for, that's up to you. But just be aware of it.